What is going on, everybody? It's me, it's RDV, and I'm here by myself. Zach is pulling, I guess, an old-fashioned Eric Breen where he has to boot up his computer and pray it works. Don't know what's going on with that, but hope you guys are having fun. It's the last Tuesday before Christmas, so hope you guys have got all your shopping done. And yeah, get your gifts, all that stuff. Get your stock up at eggnog. And yeah, let's talk about some comic books this week. There is quite a few coming out this week, but my list is kind of more leaning towards independent stuff. There are some cool DC books coming out, but I was like, you know what? There's some independent books that are catching my eye, and I want to talk about those tonight. So I'm going to give you my top 5, and then Zach, when he finally shows up, the diva, he'll talk about his. So with that being said, I'm just going to present my screen here, and we'll just start. I'll go with my number 5. All right. My number 5 for this week it's a book that I've been reading a lot, and I enjoy it. I kind of wish it was just a regular ongoing series instead of just being, like a quarterly. But it's been fun. And if you're looking for a book that's not a Mary Sue, but stars a female lead, this is a book for you to be reading, and it is through Zenoscope. Let me get to it. Let's see here. Did I pass it up yet? Maybe it's that far down. There it is. Bell Apex Predator number 1. Just been loving this series. Basically, if Batgirl was done pretty well and he add a little comedy to it, a little humor, a girl who basically was thrust into this world of monster hunting, learns out her mom was a monster hunter too, and basically is just trying to survive, moving from one case to another, and complaining the whole entire time while she does it. But she kicks ass. Art's been good in the inside. Cover artist is Mike Crome. Dave Franchini's been writing this. And yeah, so basically in this continuation, this from Zenoscope, a few enemies have bested the Beast Hunter, Annabelle Belle DeMarco. And if you haven't figured out, she's Belle from Beauty and the Beast. And none have had more motive than Apex, the master of beasts. Tethered by blood and linked through the family, these two have been on a collision course that's been building for many years. Finally, the two will meet in a battle one last time, and only one can walk away. Alternate covers are here by Victorino. They do have all variant covers. The most is like 4 covers, three variant covers, and the main cover, or sometimes only 3 covers. But enjoy. Like I said, I just love it. It's comedy. It's basically, it's safe for your daughter. If you have a daughter, younger, a teenager, can read it. There's nothing really mature about it as far as, there's no adult situations like that. Other than her just basically swearing because of the fact, she has, because she's always getting herself into basically fights, and yeah. But yeah, it's been a fun series. I definitely check it out if you haven't done so. Belle is one of my favorite series through Zenoscope, and definitely good, man. What's up, Undead Quinn? What's up, Geeky? Mark McGrath, great to see you, man. Jay Lucen, who was here first, saying Leo gets a weekly pull. Get it? Leo gets. Yes, if people haven't figured out, over on Extreme Movie Show, I just did before this, Rob and I reviewed Lethal Weapon. Go check that out. Everybody, we need the views over there. We got the subs. We just need the views. Get the 4,000 hours watch time. So if you can, go through the back catalog. There's a lot of cool stuff. We've reviewed Kolchak. We've also reviewed. Right now, Pixel reviewing is Mission Impossible, the original one. They also did The Prisoner. We reviewed Haven, Dark Shadows. A lot of cool stuff. So if you can, even if you want to put on the playlist and let it play with the sound off, I don't care. Just need the views. And speaking of someone who needs the views, because that's what he does. He shows up crashing the lake.
So it's not my fault. It's my Wi-Fi router.
Your Wi-Fi. It's not my fault. It's my wife.
It's my. Can't say that anymore. No, between last night and today, I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. I need to have a talk with my internet provider.
You talk with my Wi-Fi. Why aren't you working?
Yell at the
This
router as I throw it out the door.
so this is oversized book, 48 pages for $8, and honestly, Xenoscope is worth it. Xenoscope went back, for those who don't remember, little history lesson. Xenoscope started off being like they are, cheesecake, and aiming towards guys. And then the guy who owns it is like, wait, maybe we shouldn't do this. This is very sexist and stuff. So they started toning down the sexuality and basically going the route of Marvel, turning Carol Danvers into Carl Danvers. Then when sales dropped, they're like, oh shit, they went back up. So basically, I put my faith in Xenoscope. Xenoscope's pretty cool. They're not known for having woke books. They're known for just basically putting in the work and you're getting a good story. It's the better. It's like the better version of what was it? Once Upon a Time on his ABC.
I remember Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, I do too. Once Upon a Time, I saw it and I said nope.
Yeah, I think anything could be a better version of Once Upon a Time.
Although the chick that plays Emma Swan in there, hot. No. All right, that was my number 5, Zach. Let's get to your number 5 now.
Was that the blonde?
Yes.
Yeah, she was okay. She was in House. She was one of the doctors in House.
Yeah, she also hooked up with apparently Captain Hook in this series.
That's right. No,
Yeah.
the evil queen, the evil stepmother queen, she was the hot one, in my opinion.
Well, the Swan and her. Yeah. So anyway,
all right, we're on number 5. See, I have 7 books this week. What 2 aren't gonna make it? I know what 2 aren't gonna make it. Okay. So starting off at number 5, I'm shocked this is number 5 because it's such a freaking good story. And the art is really good too. But it's right there on the top row. It's Superman number 9.
oh, nice.
Yeah, Josh Williamson. And I got to tell you, I'm really looking forward to this one. Jamal Campbell isn't doing the art, but you know who is? Bruno Redondo, the best part of Tom Taylor's Nightwing.
Hey, we don't talk about Bruno.
This Bruno is okay to talk about. This Bruno is great. He's a fantastic artist.
It's Bruno Mars.
No, Bruno Mars we should not talk about. This is Josh Williamson's Superman. This is one of the best titles that he's got going on right now at DC. His Superman run has been fantastic so far. I highly...
the Janet cover.
What's with the elf's face?
I don't know.
I love it though.
It's Superman.
I get that. It's like an homage to the first Action Comics, but just that elf's face. It's like he's like the kid from Home Alone or something. It's hysterical.
Yeah, I don't know
that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so anyway, this has been great. So this picks up last issue, this villain called the Chained, who Lex Luthor had kept locked away in the sewers beneath Metropolis. He had broken free and he was causing a ruckus, and so now Superman, he's kind of, I guess he's weakened or he's injured. He had like kryptonite poisoning, so now he's got to put on special armor that was built by Lex Luthor. And Lex, he seems like he's trying to go straight and go it good, but it's Lex, so you can never be 100% sure.
That's awesome.
That's a really cool Terminator.
Well, yeah, and that's supposed to be, I guess, Metallo or something like his body is different.
Probably Metallo, yeah, but it looks like Terminator.
And it goes. I think it's supposed to be a callback to the Superman vs. Terminator book that came out in the 90s.
Yeah. So it's just been a fantastic book, though. Like I said, Josh Williamson, this is probably the best book that he's got going on at DC. His Green Arrow book is good. I think his Batman and Robin has been all right, but this is his best one. The way he writes Superman, the way he writes all the supporting cast, it's just been an awesome, awesome book. The fact that this is only number 5 on my list should really speak to the caliber of the other 4 books that I'm picking up, because this one is fantastic. Normally, this is in the top 1 or 2 spot. So, yeah, absolutely awesome. Can't wait to read it.
Spoiler, this isn't in my top 5 at all.
What?
No.
Are you getting it? Are you still picking it
up?
I'm
picking it up. I want to spotlight some other books this week.
I gotcha. They have some really cool. It looks like they're going to be spotlighting. So there was that Moonlight character, Marilyn Moonlight, like the cowboy girl, and it looks like I'm just looking at the cast list of some of the cameos. There's a couple of names here that I recognize, like Cinnamon and Nighthawk. It just says cameos, but I think that is kind of cool that they're digging way back there to find those old Western heroes to put in here. Now, if they could just get Batlash, or God, Jonah Hex would be fantastic. But anyway, that is my number 5. Oh, Breen, I think I've got a murderer's row of top 5 picks tonight. I think this is. I think I'm gonna go the distance. I think I'm gonna be 5 for 5.
Yes. Like I said, this isn't on my top 5, but it is on my pull list. Like I said, there's a lot of books coming out this week. Some new indie books I want to spotlight too.
Yeah, right on.
All right.
I got a few indies. It's indie and DC week for me. There is not a single Marvel book on the pull list this
Call
week.
me back issue RDV or indie issue indie RDV. Oh,
Indie. There's something there. Anyway.
RDV Indiana Jones. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Hang on, Zach. We go for a ride. Number 4.
Hold on, Dr. Jones. We go for a ride. And canceled.
Number 4 this week. We're gonna scroll down because I know it's not gonna be at the top. And where is it? Wait for it to load. Really? Did I pass it up yet? No, I don't think it did. Did this far down? Yeah. Borealis,
Wow.
number 1. Yeah. Screenwriter Mark Verheiden? I don't know. But who wrote The Mask and Swamp Thing? Writer actor Aaron Douglas from Battlestar Galactica, Hemlock Grove, and an artist Cliff Richards from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Justice League comes Borealis, a bone-chilling supernatural thriller. Winter night last month. Temperatures can hit below 70 below. Alcohol is illegal, and something mysterious. I know, right?
That's a really random thing to put in there.
I saw that. And I was like, I really want to read this.
One of these things is not like the others.
I'm like, is this prohibition? No. And something mysterious is emerging on the remote ice. Welcome to the isolated Kuno or Alaska, a world of bad memories for a state trooper, and he's a Native American state, but he's also a state trooper. We learned that, and after 13 years away from this place, he's pulled back and investigated a series of brutal murders, only to face the dark past and her frightening connection to the deadly legend. So it's a main female protagonist. He's Native American. So far, we're checking all the boxes, Breen. We'll see how it goes. But it's Dark Horse. But I don't think it'll be like if it was like an Image book, or Marvel or DC. So there's hope for it. It's something new, and it's 29, 33, 30 pages. I love the Borealis stuff. So, and I love 30 Days and Nights. So anything that takes place near where Geeky lives.
I was about to say, is this just a reboot of 30 Days of Night?
I don't know, but something's going around murdering things, and like I said, if she puffs the magic dragon to be in touch and channel and fight against the deadly spirit, sweet, I'm all for it. But
he's just like they're called natives up here.
They're called natives. They're Americans, damn it! I'll call them Native Americans. Indigenous. Yeah, that's one of the words for it. Yeah. But like I said, it's a Dark Horse book, and it's a female lead. I'm always or hope that anything outside Marvel DC with a female lead won't be woke. So it's got some cool people. People worked on some stuff I recognize. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Right on. All right, going over, I'll do my first indie book of the night. We have from one of my favorite comic book writers of all time, Mr.
Really? That's that low on your list?
It's middle of the road. I'm giving you 7 books overall, so it's kind of middle of the road, dude. There's some good stuff this week. Okay, there's some really good stuff.
So my favorite writer, but he's not the top though.
Compared to the other books that I'm getting, Let me just get to all right. Geiger, Ground Zero, number 2. Throwing me off, man. I
My
had a
number
whole thing set up.
my number one is X-Men by
Or number
Michael
4,
Clark.
not number 2, number 4. No, Geiger Ground Zero. So this is not Geiger just being reprinted with the Ghost Machine. This is actually a retelling. It's going back and it's talking about what happens to Tariq Geiger during the nuclear holocaust that turns him into Geiger. Very different from that original series that we saw from Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. Really great story. I've liked the first one. I'm liking the second series. It seems like they're also throwing in some pieces and some Easter eggs, kind of leading breadcrumbs up to the more of the unnamed war characters that are coming down the pipe. Yeah, and I mean, this is Jeff Johns. This is his kind of his own universe that he's making. So really, really cool to see. I like seeing not just where Geiger is at the end, like 20 years later, but I like seeing like what's going on as he's undergoing this nuclear radiation and how he gets these powers. And he's fighting against. He's got this guy that he's fighting against. He's also got this ally, Dr. Molotov. So it's really, really good. I mean, it's first of all, it's Jeff Johns. How are you going to go wrong with Jeff Johns?
Dr. Molotov, is that like Johnny Storm when he gets older? I'm not a doctor, and I am just
Johnny Storm.
No, Human Torch, Molotov.
Yeah.
You don't know what Molotov is? You throw it.
I know what a Molotov is. I do know what a Molotov is. I didn't make that connection. But yeah, no, this is great. Everybody should be picking this up. It's a great book. It's a great story. Great art. I mean, freaking Gary Frank. They also have, I'm not normally a big Mike Allred fan, but I do like the cover that he did. It's a Junkyard Joe variant, and it's kind of creepy and yet also I find it fitting somehow. So also his robots look less weird than the humans that he does.
It's Jocasta.
So yeah, definitely if you're interested, if you like indie comics, look, it's got the go-go checks at the top.
They're in Time Central too.
Yeah. It's like, well, it reminded me of that picture of like the Navy sailor.
It's exactly supposed to be that.
Yeah. So I like that. I like that little homage there. But yeah, it's a great independent book if you want to buy something indie, something not with the big two, but still have like super heroics and superpowers and everything. This is definitely one to check out, especially as, like I said, they're laying the foundation for this unnamed war that's coming up, and it's only going to get bigger from here. So that is why this is at my number 4.
All right. This is such a funny cover, though. I can remember, like, it's like me at nighttime looking to reach inside the refrigerator.
Your hand glows in the middle of the night?
It does. All right. We get crazy up here. We get that fluorescent paint, for your walls.
I was about to say, is that one of those things? Do you get commercials for that? If your body glows in the middle of the night, you may be due to some compensation. Call the law offices of Johnson, Johnson, and Smith.
Once you ever hear they say, "Honey, you're absolutely glowing tonight." All right, my number 3 for this week, and it's another indie book. Shocker. All right, or shocking. And no, it's not Animal Pound. Screw animals. I don't care about that.
It's Christmas. Oh, you're getting Capwolf and the Howling Commandos by Stephanie Phillips.
It's Christmas. Yeah, screw turkeys.
Well,
Red Light is my number 3 this week.
Oh, okay.
Been liking this. First one's pretty cool. Kind of a dystopian, futuristic, thriller. And AWA's Red Hot sci-fi thriller continues. Ooh. Lacey, one of the most sophisticated AI ever created, is a sex worker in a futuristic brothel. Now sparked by her new friendship with the preteen Natalie, and it's not a sexual relationship. Weirdos.
Lacey, you had to disclaim that.
Because there are some people who think, oh, preteen. I don't know why they call it pre. I just say it. She's like 13 years old, whatever. And she's looking to escape the brothel and find her freedom. Because basically, we found out in the first issue this Lacey is was created by is a sex robot or AI and created by this guy, the makers of the look, and it looks like it's apparently his dead wife
Oh,
in a sense,
creepy.
and she's and only one robot has tried to flee for its life, to flee the building, only to have his head exploded or killed or just detonated. So, and she is an AI. She was on all of them. She's built to learn how to do basically self-taught, self-learned stuff. So she's starting to basically want this wants freedom and wants more out of this, everything. And she meets this little girl, Natalie, and she realized, wait, you're not a robot, because all she's ever seen in this building here is the guy, the owner, who's a human, and then the guy who works on them, he's a human, who's kind of her. And then now he finds out there's a girl here. It's like, you're not a robot. Thank God, because I was like, it's a brothel through it, But wants to know what her relationship is with the owner. Like, is it his daughter? We don't know. But yeah, she's gonna try to break out this issue. And like I said, it's been fun. Sarah Cho's writing this. Covers is Jeff Deckel. Priscilla Patriots, who worked on I believe it was Fight. No, was it no or Bite Me or what was the one?
Was it the one with the girl that got hit all the time?
Yeah, Hit Me. That's what it was. Hit Me.
Yeah.
Same artist. Like I said, it's been fun. I want to see more of this and see where it goes.
Interesting.
It's basically, if you like the what was the video game they had, it was a big popper where you play as the AI, you play as Connor.
Detroit Become Human.
Same kind of similar setting, So yeah, looking forward to this and
all right,
check it out.
All righty.
Robo hookers, yes, Zach.
Always looking for a nut or a bolt. It's or a bolt. It's not.
They're just trying to let up some steam.
Oh boy. I'm really in a tough spot here. I'm trying to pick my number 3. There's 2 that I'm really looking at, and I think I'm gonna go with this one because it may be Christmas, but I'm still digging the kaiju monsters.
Kaiju Christmas. That's not Christmas.
Kaiju Christmas.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go for it. We have Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, issue number 3, and King Kong is finally about to enter the ring. We've had Superman and Supergirl and Shazam going up against, and I think Hawkgirl too, go up against Godzilla. Godzilla just vaporized Superman, or so we think. So now we're gonna see King Kong, and they kind of did what the old school Justice League crossovers did, where like they would split the Justice League off into different teams. So now it looks like, looking at the synopsis, Supergirl encounters Kong on Skull Island, and Wonder Woman takes on the Behemoth and Themyscira. So there's the Themyscira team.
And it looks like, well, remember what's the name was dropped off on? I think it was on Monster Island. That was
Oliver Queen. Green Arrow was dropped off on Monster Island. That is correct. So yeah, and then Lost in the Monster Mayhem are Lex Luthor and the Legion of Doom, who've actually been really fun to read. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Looking at the cast list, you've got the Legion, you've got the Justice League, you've got Atom Smasher. If you're gonna have any DC hero fight a kaiju, like Atom Smasher is the first one in my book. The guy that can go up to their size. But then you've also got Black Canary. You got some Titans characters in
I
here.
hate this. Scylla. If you also watch an Apple TV series, they have Monarch.
Have they shown Scylla yet?
Yeah, I remember first episode.
Was it in the first one?
Well,
I have to go. I don't remember I don't remember seeing him in the first one.
Yes. There's a spider that's chasing.
All the little baby spiders.
Well, in the first on Apple TV in the MonsterVerse,
I know what you're talking about. So the one chasing John Goodman's character.
Yeah, there's a spider. Okay. There's a spider chasing him, and then the lobster one pops out of the sand. The crab.
Well, this is a different one than that one. This one's bigger. So
it's disgusting.
This one, I think it was in. I think they briefly showed it in Godzilla King of the Monsters. I know they showed the Behemoth one. But this has been a really fun book. I was wary of this one at first because I was not familiar with the writer, Brian Buccicello. Bucacalato. God, that's a name.
Gustav,
But yeah. So far, I mean, 2 issues in, it's been a really
bro,
enjoyable read.
you should recognize who Christian is. Christian is the guy who was on the first of Joshua Williamson.
Yeah, I mean,
Flash.
he's done a ton of stuff. He's been on Detective Comics. He's been Justice League, Batman and Robin, Flash. He's been on a ton of stuff, and the artwork in this is really good.
And then they have John Hammond.
Well, it makes sense. We are talking about giant dinosaurs and monsters and islands, so yeah, that makes sense.
Jurassic Park.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. This has been a lot of fun, though, guys. Between this and the Batman Santa Silent Night miniseries,
Yep.
DC's got two solid, epic, two really good story miniseries on their hands. So, but this is the one that's going to take my number 3 spot. I'm really digging it. That's the cover that I really want.
Deodato.
I like Deodato. I like the way he draws people, and the way he drew Kong right there is really good. The John Boy Myers cover is also really good. It's a really strong cover.
Look at that.
That one's pretty
The
cool.
Planet's Droid and then the cape where Superman was.
It reminds me of that Justice League episode where Superman gets vaporized and sent into the future.
Yep.
But yeah, the John Boy Myers.
Yeah, dude. I love it. I want to see him do some more interior work.
I know. What the last book I think he had interior on was during Rebirth. He did that Teen Titans book for an issue or two.
And then they parted their ways because he wanted to draw her back in her classic outfit.
Yeah.
Starfire.
I want to see him come back because this kind of artwork is just too good. That's a badass cover. Love it. But yeah, that is my number 3.
All that's missing from that cover is the elf going, ah!
Yes, it is. That's cool. If Godzilla was in Gotham.
Yeah, and Batman Beyond.
all the little what are they? Not helicarriers. Blimps. All the blimps. There's like 2 or 3 blimps. Yeah, those are the blimps right up there. Yeah. All Godzilla has to do is take a swipe at one and the helium.
These are helicopters. These are all helicopters.
Oh, I thought they were blimps.
No, they're Hueys.
Yeah, well, you know how like in Batman they have the blimps like at the beginning
the 50s,
of the animation. Yeah,
but this isn't your 1950s Batman though.
It would be really cool if it was 1950s Batman. Would be really cool. But anyway, I digress.
Okay, digress.
Okay.
All right. My number 2 for the week, and this will be our first crossover for the week. It's might as well. It's a prequel. We already talked about it a little bit. It's been a fun book, and I look forward to basically seeing what they're gonna do because up to this point, we already know Geiger's story. This is a prequel to that. We're getting flashbacks from when he was a human, but also the aftermath in between. After the bomb dropped and when we find him in the actual Geiger series. So what more stuff will we learn about this? More secrets. And it's basically it's setting up the stage for the next upcoming monthly Geiger series. So something in this is going to happen. It's going to affect what's going in the new book. So, and this is the second issue, 2-2. So if you have not following this and you've watched, man. Eventually you can watch Geiger if they ever freaking get out their ass and make it. But it's opted. But if you haven't read Geiger, go read Geiger, the original series first, then come back and read this because it's spoilerly.
Mm-hmm.
And
this
also
kind of fills in the blanks.
And also what is a lot of that happens in Geiger that you wouldn't understand it's happening here too. You kind of need to read Geiger first, the original.
You read Geiger first, and then you fill in the blanks.
Which I hate. I hate about doing prequels because prequels is like, well, should I watch that prequel first and go watch the movie, or watch the movie and then watch the prequel? I hate that. I don't need prequels. Like prequels is like, I just thought of this last minute. What if he did this? It's like, dude, it doesn't make a difference. But apparently this does. They're saying this does, something's eventually going to happen in. From his past is going to affect him in the future. So we went over the covers. Man. Gary Frank doing the cover art and doing the interior art. Jeff Johns doing the writing. Ghost Machine's kicking ass, man. And I guarantee it's gonna be Miller World and Ghost Machine. They're gonna be leading the comic books this year. Or
Well,
sorry, Ghost 44.
and Kirkman's Energon universe.
Kirkman, Jenner, John Universe.
I would say those are the
and
big
then,
three.
And then for Independence, the small himself is just Brubaker. Whenever Brubaker drops a book, people are gonna pick it up. I would love to see Brubaker, like not maybe guest write a book for maybe the Geiger universe or maybe Miller verse. I don't know. Be kind of cool.
That would be cool, actually. That would be really cool.
But yeah, definitely check out this series if you haven't done so. And, yeah, let's go to your number 3.
No, Godzilla, Kong, Justice League was 3. Now we're on number 2.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2. I was looking at my list and I'm pulling an Audible off of the list that I had written down. I changed up my number 2.
It's Nightwing.
No, it's not Nightwing. I already had my one Bruno Redondo book for the week. No, my number 2 is a much more festive book. The other great miniseries coming from DC right now.
Catwoman.
Did they put her back in the purple outfit? I think that might be just the cover.
My question is, did they take Tina Howard of the book? I don't care if she's in the purple or black. If Tina Howard's on there, you don't want to read it.
No, you don't. You don't. No, we are talking about, or I am talking about Batman, Santa Claus, Silent Night.
What? No Uncanny Avengers?
That's not Uncanny Avengers. Uncanny Avengers ended after Rick Remender left.
Watch, I guarantee you, I was looking at the cover here. It's a blonde guy in a suit. They're like, who's the guy? It's Secret Empire version of Steve Rogers.
Oh, not that guy again. Not him. They locked him up.
Sinister's involved, and they clone somebody. I guarantee it when we go read it this week. I bet it's just going to be evil Steve Rogers.
Now my head hurts. Now I got a migraine right here in the middle of my noggin. Batman, Santa Claus, Silent Night, issue number 3. We've got more of the Justice League getting involved. We've got harpies, killer harpies flying around London. Half the Justice League gets involved. There's an unusual elf that tries to take them to Norway to help Santa, but there's a trap in the works as they are working with Santa to capture Krampus, who is going to ruin Christmas and kill a bunch of people. I'm so glad it's Krampus and not the Joker.
Sorry. With the current Hawk Girl series out there, I'm like, knowing DC, they'd probably put Hawk Girl written the same way.
Hey, this is Jeff Parker writing. This is not whatever is writing that Hawk Girl doomed from the Start series. I'm just happy to see Hawk Girl. Look, at least they still kept her in her classic costume. They could have covered up her arms and her stomach and everything.
I don't need no man.
Yeah, she does. She said the same thing back in JSA. She didn't think she needed Hawkman. She didn't. She went with Red Arrow. But
are you getting this cover? The Derek Chu?
No. All right, here's the thing I have with these variant covers. There was a Zatanna for issue 1. There was a Harley Quinn for 2. Now there's a Black Canary. All the faces look
19 years old or like
younger than 19 years old. They look like 15 or 16. It's really weird. And that Santa has a really creepy face. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, he sees all the children.
He looks like he just smoked some Molly or something before hopping on the sleigh ride.
He's going to Epstein Island later on. He's happy.
Now, a cover that is cool is the Trevor Hairsine cover. If I was going to get a variant, it would be this one, where it's like Superman getting ready to deck Krampus's halls. But because the variants do normally cost $1 more, I'm going to stick with the main one. With Wonder Woman and Hawkgirl about to fight a bunch of harpies on Santa's sled. I mean, how do you not like that? But anyway, this has been really great. The story has been great. The art has been really fun. There's been a nice blend of.
That's why I don't like this. Right there. That's how I don't like this. The Green Lanterns in there. Okay.
Pick out the one character out of a dozen plus that you don't like. Okay.
Oh, I don't like Jamie Reyes either.
Jaime Reyes.
Jaime, he's not Ted Cord.
Anyway, the Jaime Reyes is a cool character. I would even say he's better than Miles Morales, and he did what Miles Morales did first and better. But regardless, this has been a really fun book.
He
Really great
took someone
holiday,
else's name first.
really great Christmas story. If you like your superheroes with the Christmas story, I highly recommend this one.
All right. Undead Quinn. What does he got here? He's got 2 or 3. Oh,
I saw 2. I didn't see a 3, so I think he's only getting 2 books this week.
All right, and he says plot holes number 5.
Plot holes did not make my list. My top 5.
I almost forgot to add it to my pull list actually, because I didn't realize it was coming out. All right, I'm gonna count down my 5 through 2, and I'll go right to my number 1.
Already,
because I don't think we have the same one.
I'll be shocked if we don't. I'll really be
Number
shocked.
5 was Belle, Apex Predator. Number 4 was Borealis. Number 3 was Red. And then number 2 was Geiger. And my number 1 is Jay Garrick, the Flash. Probably is. Zach, is this your number 1?
I'm not surprised, because I was going to be surprised if this was not your number 1. So I'm not surprised.
So this is your number 1.
This is my number 1. Let me count down my 4, since we're both going to end up at the same destination. Sure. So my number 5 this week was Geiger, Ground Zero number 2. My number 5 was Superman number 9. Number 4 was Geiger. Number 3 was Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Number 2 was Batman Santa Claus Silent Night. And my number 1, my favorite Flash and my favorite Flash writer, Jeremy Adams.
Childminder is on this cover.
Childminder, I did see that. You've also got a nice little JSA roster in here as well.
I also got young, when she's born. Yeah, the young Judy, young Jay.
Yeah, you got Dr. Fate, you got the Atom, you got Mr. Terrific, Quiz Kid, his new little sidekick. He's got Hawkman. So, yeah. Also, actually, you know who else is in this?
Okay, I was talking about the cover.
Oh no, I'm looking at the cast.
I'm like, what are you smoking that you're seeing all these things?
Do you remember one of his last stories that he wrote for the Flash, where they revealed all these like hidden kids?
Yes.
There was like the Super Sons, and then there was like Mr. Terrific's lost child that he never had.
Yes.
He's back.
Yay! Jeremy Adams did a check him out over on I think it's his name, Space Kick or something. But he's on Twitter and Instagram. He always does when he gets these books. He shows them off, and has his daughter record them while he's doing open the box. And I love it when he's geeked out. He's like, dude, why isn't this wrapping paper?
Dude, that would be some awesome wrapping paper, for real.
Right? Yeah.
I wouldn't get it for a cover, but I would get it for wrapping paper. I do like the Francis Manipul. That cover is awesome.
Yeah. Now, is this Diego the original artist for the first one? Diego, is it the artist from last week?
Diego Olatorgi. I believe it's the same one. Yeah, it is. All 3 issues so far have been by Diego Olatorgi. Togoi? Yeah, it's the same.
So Stargirl is still in that, so it's kind of cool. Because I need more Stargirl. And if Jeff Johns no longer DC, the only person I trust to write anything with Stargirl is Jeremy Adams. So it's kind of cool to see that. As I said, hey, it's Green Lantern, and he won't mention his sexuality in this because Jeremy Adams doesn't do that. Ignores it.
Like he treats the story as the main thing and not his own virtue signals.
Dr. Elemental, who kind of looks like Dr. Doom.
But he reminds me of who was Draco Malfoy in the Flash series? Was it Dr. Alchemy or Mr. Alchemy, the alchemist guy?
Yeah, he's an alchemist. Yeah.
Yeah, he reminds me of that. He reminds me of Alchemist.
So yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah. The fact that these aren't the only cameo is Joan Garrick, but supporting. That means that 38 people are actually in the book. They actually have more than just one page.
Yeah.
So I like that. I'd rather have more supporting than have just a bunch of cameos. Cameos are stupid to me.
Cameo. I mean, it's like a Where's Waldo. It's just like, oh, here they are in this one page.
A cameo is like a U.S. Spider-Man book back in the day, and then like, who's in the background? Oh, that's just Joe Robertson. No, Joe Robertson needs to have more dialogue, not just him just kind of like hanging out in the background.
No, a cameo would be like if he's walking past somebody on the street who's blind, and you find out later it's Daredevil. That would be a cameo. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's what Joe Robertson is. It said having him in the background, have no dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's kind of pointless. Every book should have a supporting cast, a main supporting cast.
Yes.
And even if they're guest supporting cast, sometimes you have them in there. But that's why this is my number one, and not much more to say about this other than
fantastic book so far.
Green Lantern is not a character I normally care about, and Jeremy Adams has found a way to make me actually give a shit about Hal and everyone. But no, you're like, what? How is that possible? Because like he's been great always. I'm like, I never really got into that. Like,
he's been the Harrison Ford of DC Comics.
The Harrison Ford.
He is the Han Solo. Hal Jordan is the Han Solo.
Oh shit, he's gonna get killed off again soon. Disney treatment.
Did you see that? Did you see that SNL skit where what's his name, Adam Driver, was like, people keep blaming me for killing Han Solo. I didn't kill Han Solo. Wokeness killed Han Solo. He actually said that on SNL. I was like, Adam Driver, you're good. You're all right.
And he'll never be on there again.
He's pretty funny. He's got some comedic chops. He's pretty funny.
All right. So that's our top 5 this week. Let's go over looking at the trades come out this week. And big game. If you have not collected and read the individual issues, this is your final chance.
You can redeem yourself.
Yes, totally redeem yourself by getting this. It's $18.
That's really not bad because it was a 5-issue series, right?
It was 6, wasn't it?
5 or 6, one of the two.
Yeah. And like I said, it is one of the most fantastic crossover events I've ever read. And yeah, all Marvel events. When I say Marvel events, I mean like the 2000 Marvel events are ill compared to this. And except, what more do you want? You want a guy who actually stands up for the comic book fans, but also your local comic book shop defends them, and doesn't put his politics into his book.
I would love to see Bit Game like sell out on all the comic shop. That would be fantastic.
It definitely will. Fear Agent. Don't know anything about this.
I keep seeing this one at the bookstores that I go to. I see this one on the shelf.
It's Nick Spencer, I guess, writing this.
Is it Nick Spencer?
Yeah. Then we got the Venom Modern Era.
No, it's Rick Remender.
Oh, it is Rick Remender. It kind of looks like Spencer a little bit. It's hard to tell. It's so little fun.
Yeah. It's that other guy.
And as Eric says, Adam Driver is making fun of us, not them. But he said by doing that.
I didn't catch that. Everyone I know that saw it was laughing at it because that sounded like he was making fun of them.
Because they're saying woke doesn't exist. That's why.
Yeah, but wokeness is the reason Han Solo died, though. Like, woke people are the ones who wrote.
Well, yeah, they're mocking woke people, bro.
Yeah,
they're
making fun of woke people.
No, he's making fun of people who say conservatives who say woke.
He didn't say anything about conservative. He just said people blame him for killing Han Solo.
Yeah, conservatives.
He didn't say conservatives.
Well, that's who we're blaming, though.
Okay, well, you can interpret it that way. I think you're wrong. But anyway, you know who else is wrong? Mark Waid. Nobody should buy his Doctor Strange. Actually, I'm kidding. I haven't read his Doctor Strange. I don't know if it's good.
Zach, you like Ryan North, so anything you say is irrelevant.
I like one book from Ryan North. I don't read everything he's ever written.
What do you mean one book? He's written multiple Fantastic Four books.
One title. Don't be obtuse.
I'm a cute. No, I'm not.
Good math joke, but no.
Sigil, I guess I've never heard of them.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any. I mean, there's the Matt Fraction Hawkeye.
Yeah.
If you want to, don't do it.
Angel of Death, Red Sonja, but it depends on who's writing this. It's volume 4, and I want to say it's going to be like so
It is Mark Russell.
Oh, is Mark Russell? Okay, it's Mark
It
Russell.
is Mark Russell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably a pass then.
Yeah.
Maranya says Wade's Doctor Strange. It was surprisingly good.
Whoever wrote Surgeon Supreme, that Doctor Strange was actually really good too. Yeah, it's the one you
Was
can
that
skip.
The one where he had the axe?
Yeah.
Sorcerer Supreme.
This is the one you can skip because they basically Fred Van Lente, whatever how you pronounce his last name, retcon the actual Garth Ennis and Stephen Grant runs. He basically because he didn't want to write the mother, so he killed off the mother so he could put his woke daughter into it. And like I said, it just fucked up the whole story. So I recommend if you're gonna read anything Jennifer Blood, go back and read the Garth Ennis and Stephen Grant runs. It's worth it. These Fred Van Lentes it's dumb. Not only that, the interior art sucks horribly. Ronnie Rossmo level shit. So yeah, what we got here. Tourette's is the box set through Blaze.
Did you say Tourette's? Oh, Tress. Oh, okay.
Or I don't know, Tourette's. Who cares? It's the same.
Oh, I should not have had.
Oh my gosh! Look at this Wonder Man in his perfect costume right here.
I saw that ugly costume. Oh my gosh, it's the worst. He looks like he's Captain Christmas, and I love Christmas, but
yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of books in this one though. This is $125. So you have Stan Lee, Roy Thomas, Steve Englehart, Gary Conway, and John Byrne, all of your writers. And then for art, you've got John Byrne, George Perez, Sal Buscema, Don Heck, and John Buscema. Did I say Buscema? Oh, Sal and John Buscema. And you've got a bunch of different Avengers issues. You've got Marvel Comics Presents. It looks like it runs from 38 to 45. Some Marvel premieres, Marvel 2-in-1s, team-ups, solo Avengers. A bunch of different Avengers issues. Just kind of all over the place. Some West Coast Avengers issues. Vision and the Scarlet Witch. It looks like 2 issues of that. I mean, it's kind of all over the place, but it looks like a lot. And you have Wonder Man #1 in there also. So, I mean, you've got a lot of material to go through there if you're a Wonder Man fan.
Yeah, there's a lot here, man.
That's a ton. That's a really beefy omnibus. Like for one character, I don't know if I've seen a character have
Avengers West Coast Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Too. Wonder Man #1.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Good
for him getting some spotlight time. It's just too bad he doesn't have the cool costume where he's like all ion energy.
Yeah. So it looks like they're releasing the variant cover for that too. Hellsing's pretty cool too. If you read that in manga anime, Artifact Edition. I'm not sure what that means. Artist Edition probably does all his covers. Probably art.
Could be.
But here's the other cover for that. That's what you need to get if you're gonna on the best Wonder Man early years. Get this.
That's all right.
And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Steve Niles has his own Monster Born book series. Don't know about it, but Dark Horse. So, yep, that's it for this week though. Who's the mask and the costume is great for Wonder Man.
It's great when he gets all the purple energy that he's always in. That's my favorite look for him.
Is that the Bendis run?
No, that's the George Perez Avengers.
Yeah. But
or when he's regular human, that one's good too.
But that is it for this week. I don't know if you guys are watching in the comments or watching now, let us know down below in the comment section after the stream ends. Let us know what books you saw that look interesting. Or if you have comments about Mark Waid, go ahead. You want to bitch about him? Do it in the comment section down below. It helps the algorithm.
Or Mark Millar or Jeremy Adams or any of the writers, if you like them or don't like them.
So okay, Surgeon Supreme was Mark Waid, says the Black Cat, and the ones that they were talking about was Axe with Jason Aaron's.
That's the one. Yeah, because there's one where because I think it was Chris Bacalo was the artist. I didn't know it was Jason Aaron who wrote it.
Ugh.
Glad I didn't read it.
Mark Mawade, the Mark Mark Mawade, not Mark.
Mark Mawade.
If it could combine marks together, it's Miller Wade. No, no, Mark Wade's Surgeons of Brain was actually really good. Like I said, the thing about Mark Wade is such a huge asshole, but the dude can write. I can't fault him on that.
It's because he lives in a fantasy world. He can write fantasy so well.
Can you imagine these people had to get jobs working at like a grocery store?
Oh man,
Mark Wade's your greeter. Get your shit and get out. He's Walter.
I don't like that idea at all. He kind of looks like Walter, like a shorter, redheaded version of Walter White, a little bit.
Well, no, I'm talking about Walter, Jeff Dunham.
Oh, you're talking about Jeff Dunham, Walter. I was thinking of Walter White.
Get your shit and get out. Is a Walmart greeter.
You imagine if Mark Wade was your chemistry teacher in high school?
Like I said, if these guys weren't writers, they'd be professors.
I think if they weren't writers, they might be homeless. Some of them. It's like they have no people skills.
The only person that wouldn't be homeless is Mark Miller because he's rich.
He has a castle.
I know. It's like does it have a drawbridge? Can you storm the castle? That's awesome.
Does it have a moat? That's what I want to know. That has
a moat with the drawbridge. Like does it because if you go in I forget what country it was, but it's somewhere in Europe, but where they film the Monty Python Holy Grail, where it's like, the guy's like, I spit in your direction, the guys, you can rent out that place, like where they filmed it.
Yeah.
You could. I was laughing. I saw somebody online reenacted it. And a friend walked up and it's like the flight of a sparrow. It's like or swallow. It was awesome. But
always act out Monty Python and the Holy Grail when you can. Always do that.
Right. Yep. So if you guys liked what you saw tonight, you said let's just do everything I just said before. I'm turning in the brain. I'm like repeating things. But click like, subscribe. Also go to the Ko-Fi link. Drop $1 in the Ko-Fi bin. Ko-Fi.com/Puppeteen. Where does your money go? Well, it goes to the channel. It helps pay for the StreamYard, which is a monthly fee. It also pays for the books we use to read on Fridays and Sundays, classic issues. And if those who donate $1, or it's a single dollar, you don't have to do any more unless you really want to, but just a single dollar, you're eligible to. And when you donate, just write down what Marvel or DC book you want us to read. And as always, yes, thank you, Brain, reminding us. All your donations will go to the needy people, and will provide them a warm meal, hot death.
It's funny because I just watched Scrooged earlier, and there's that guy that he doesn't give the $2 to stay warm, and so he's just like frozen under the sewer. So save that person. You give them a dose of hot death. Keep them warm.
Right. All right. We'll see you guys on Thursday. And
bye, everybody.
On Thursday, have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And to all a good New Year.
Later.